Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Project Spark video. So, as promised, I am now getting around to taking a look at the community stuff, because even though it's only in beta, there is still so much stuff on here. I mean, some of the community have made some amazing things, like I cannot even begin to get my head around how they've made them. So yeah, I thought I'd put together a kind of top 5 community creations and show you sort of the 5 most impressive things that I personally have seen, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. So, let's jump straight to it. Coming in at number 5, we've got Anti-Smasher. Now this creation is a sort of puzzle game, and the idea being that you basically have a white block and a black block, and then what happens is they're both controlled by the same button inputs, but they have inverted movement. So when you press up, one will go up, one will go down. And what you've got to do is use that and kind of navigate them around the sort of level or the kind of boundary you've got and get them smash into each other. So obviously you have to kind of push them up against different blocks so that they all line up. And then yeah, it's really good, really challenging as well. There's only 5 levels at the moment. I'm going to show you the first few here, but I'm going to speed it up slightly so you can kind of, you know, deal with my slow puzzle solving skills. But yeah, it's really good, and I just genuinely hope that when the game comes out, or when Spark comes out, then this creator makes a few more levels, because I really enjoyed this one, and I really like the kind of, you know, visual style of it. He's obviously recreated kind of pixels and stuff with some of those crazy level creation tools. Anyway, moving on to number 4. We've got Barrel Smash. Now this one is also really cool. Basically it's a sort of Marble Madness kind of thing, the idea being that you control a boulder, and there are 60 barrels throughout the entire level that you need to smash, and there's a timer. So the concept is really simple, but it's just really good. You know, you've got complete control over the boulder. You can also jump with it, and if you jump cleverly, you can sort of get some speed on some of the slopes. So obviously there is kind of the replay value in that you want to beat the score, because at the beginning of the level he says, can you beat 66 seconds? I think that's probably the highest time so far. So I managed, I think, 68 the other day, and I think on this playthrough I did got 72, so got a little way to go. But yeah, another really nicely done game, and I like the level as well. It sort of flows really nicely. So that is another great creation. Then coming in at number 3, you have got Bone Dragon. Now this one you might have seen in the Project Spark trailer they showed before around sort of Gamescom, and also the one they showed around E3. But basically what happens in this one, it starts off with a cool cutscene, and you play as this sort of warrior dude, and you've got a load of bombs, and there's this bone dragon that comes out of the ground in a very sort of Zelda-esque way. It kind of snakes in and out of the ground, and it's got sort of weak points. And as the character you play, you've basically got bombs that you can throw. And then when it, you know, every single time it's got like 4 different phases of the boss. And the first phase, obviously, there's a spike on the back which is highlighted in red, and this is the one you need to hit. So you have to throw your bombs at it. Once you hit it, it goes underground, comes back out again, and then it's got another spike which you then need to hit again. So the principle is the same, you know, you repeat it, but there are kind of, I think the boss takes 3 or 4 hits. I think it's got 4 spikes on it, the last one being right at the back of its head. And as soon as you do that, you kill it, and then it's game over. But obviously it ends also saying, is this the end, question mark, and then you see a little nest with some of the babies hatching out, obviously implying that there are going to be more levels and more bone dragons. Then coming in at number 2, we have got Dakotris. Cleverly named, obviously, because this is Team Dakota and Tetris, and it is quite simply that. They have recreated Tetris in Project Spark. It's amazing, plays really well, and you know, if you've ever played Tetris before, then I don't really need to say much more, but obviously you just have to kind of line up all the blocks and then get them to complete rows, and then you keep going. Obviously the difficulty does increase, but for the purpose of this I'm just going to kind of skip forward, and you can see that when you get to the top, if you don't stack your blocks correctly, you do end the level. So yeah, that is Tetris in Project Spark. And finally, coming in at number 1, this one is super impressive. I don't know how he's done it, but he's recreated, or he's created an entire keyboard on Project Spark. And obviously the really cool thing about this is, you know, it's not even just a standard keyboard. You can record with it, but you have to begin. You can't even start playing it until you turn it on. So first there's a power switch which you turn on, and then you start pressing the keys thinking, oh, it doesn't look like it works. Then you realise there's a volume slider, so you turn the volume up, and then you start pressing the keys and realise it's playing music, and then you can put a beat in the background so you can play along to it, and there's even a record option so you can record what you're playing, and you press play at the end and it plays it back. So this is crazy, super impressive. And again, if you kind of look at the components and sort of see what he's made it out of, obviously there's sort of like bits of wood down there, some sort of like stone things that I guess could be like a portal or a well. So you know, you really need to start thinking that when you really want to get creative and you look inside the catalogue and the prop catalogue and you sort of like see some of these items, just don't always see them for what they are. You know, don't necessarily think a tree is a tree, or like a well is a well. If you turn it on its side and join it with something else, could you make it look like something? So yeah, this part's really impressive about Project Spark. You know, when this game gets released, there is going to be a plethora of amazing creations, and I really just can't wait for it. So hopefully you enjoyed this look at the kind of top 5 community creations. If you did, then don't forget to hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, show your support, it does really help me out. Obviously don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned for more videos. Also don't forget to stay tuned for the Arekkz Gaming Facebook and Twitter page for all your updates throughout the week and so you know when all these videos drop. Also don't forget to add me on Xbox One, my gamer tag is Arekkz. Otherwise, thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.